Welcome back, Jet fans. Season 3, off season. I don't know when we stop. It's just kind of ever going. But you all know why we're here. We know why we're here. 500,000 people who watched the Pat McAfee show today know why we're here. And Dan, what are we talking about today?
Aaron Rodgers, baby.
Maybe, I don't know, something like that. But anyway.
Everybody, it's been a long way. Gordon and I took ourselves a little bit of a break as well. We
being dads
decided to go on our own little vacation. It's been a month or so before we've actually gotten on here. We wanted to wait until something truly was going on. We wanted to get some. We didn't want to continue to speculate. There's enough Jets content creators out there for the both of us, for us to be able to follow. You know, we didn't want to keep saying the same thing, especially with all of our 42 followers.
I think so. Maybe.
How we doing?
Maybe 43. I don't know.
Good to see y'all. Welcome back. I'm so glad that you all are back. We know that you've been long awaiting this content.
The return
of Dan and Gordon. And it's a good one, man. We're talking about Aaron Rodgers. We are talking about a few free agency moves that we've made and a few potentials that we might make. And man, it's been a fun day. So we are currently on Wednesday. What day is it?
March 15th.
15th. Thank you. And it's Aaron Rodgers Day. It's just like you said, it's the Pat McAfee show. It's Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers
He came
Wednesday.
out. He absolutely he shattered every single Jets fan's mind, or he blew our minds, and he gave us hope. I said this before. I'm 97% in. The fact that we still haven't inked it still scares me, because we're the Jets. And this has the feeling that the Jets are up by 14 in the fourth quarter, and we know what happens when we're winning in the fourth quarter. We lose. And that's how it feels right now. We're about to get Aaron Rodgers, and then boom, you sign Heineke. And then boom, you sign Tannehill. Boom.
Boom. Give me Gardner Minshew, baby. But exactly.
At this point, those are our only options. Gordon, how do you feel, man? Yes. How do you feel? Pat McAfee show, Aaron Rodgers. I want to be a New York Jet. This would be the best Jets quarterback in the history since Joe Namath. Where are we at?
Like you said, Dan, Jets fans, it's hard to handle emotions, right? We get very high, very low, all of this. But I'm a football fan, or a soccer fan, as Americans like to call it. So speculation on that side of the pond is rife, right? Like, you always know, like, there's a lot of things going out there. Oh, we're going to sign this player, this player, this way. We're looking after this. So, like, I was always like, all right, let's sit back, wait till something happens, wait till some, you try to look for trends, like multiple people reporting the same thing, or, in this case, we have Aaron Rodgers literally doing his own media show with Pat, on the Pat McAfee show. He has his own little segment.
Schefter, so take that. Rappaport in your face.
Yeah. Try again. Or like,
lose my number.
Lose my number. Right. So
nerd.
We have that. So there was always that waiting. It's like, okay, maybe he won't in the beginning, right? It was just talking about, he's like, I'm still a Packer, like the first, like, as we got closer to this date. But then today was, to me, very, very exciting. Like, we know what the holdup is, right? We heard about his wish list, which, again, I'm going to be honest, I didn't like I didn't like when it first came out. I jumped the gun on that one. I was like, I'll take Lazard. I'll take maybe OBJ. I don't know how I feel about OBJ. I think he asked too much for his situation right now. Maybe I'll take Randall Cobb, but Mercedes Lewis, I just don't see the need for it. Sat back a little bit, got to hear what he said, obviously. And then when he said today on the show, my intention is playing football again, and I intend to play for the New York Jets. Whew, little shivers, Dan. That guy, I was like, yep, it's real. It's real.
Somebody good actually wants to come to the New York Jets. We didn't have to get you out of college. We didn't have to force you to become a New York Jet just to wait for your rookie contract to expire, and then you're going to be picked up by a better team.
Yep.
Somebody, a Hall of Fame, Gordon, a Hall of Fame quarterback. We're not talking about a cornerback. We're not talking about a safety or a linebacker or a defensive end.
The most important position
a Hall of
in the
Fame
game.
Quarterback. Yes, he's old, and yes, of course, we're not going to get a prime Hall of Fame quarterback. Of course, no one's going to trade one of those guys. But we're getting a Hall of Fame quarterback who still has a lot in the tank. We know that. Who has a fire now lit under him. to prove to the Packers that they should have retained him, that Jordan Love, that maybe you shouldn't have drafted this man because I still got a lot in the tank. He's going to prove to the Jets fan base that he can bring winning and optimism back into our hearts, because we have just been ridiculed with pessimism over the years. And he is going to do what he needs to do in order to go out on a high note. And we know that he only has one thing on his mind, and it's, I want to win a Super Bowl. I want to be a champion, and I want to go out on top.
He won back-to-back MVPs 2 years ago, Dan.
That's right. That's right. So
he's got plenty in the tank. We just saw Tom Brady play till he was 45, right? And win a Super Bowl. What was it, 2-3 years ago? Whatever, whenever he won. Like, I think Aaron Rodgers has plenty in the tank. He's pumped up on ayahuasca and mushrooms, and he's ready to go. Brady's got the TB12.
Yep.
And Aaron Rodgers has ayahuasca. So,
well, we got a lot of points to cover here. We got a lot of points. This might be a little bit of a longer show. I'm looking at the time now, because Aaron Rodgers is a bombshell. Yeah. We're going to make another video where we kind of just get into some of the off season that we missed while we were on our vacay, sitting in our homes. And hit me with this. So Aaron Rodgers is 90%. What he said on the Pat McAfee show is that he's 90% retirement. And he's 10% coming back to football.
Yeah.
And there was some speculation of, the Packers. Do I go back to them? Do I not go back to them? What does that look like? And he goes into the darkness thinking he's going to retire. And then he comes out. It sounds like he was still a little bit open to, like, let me just see what's going to happen. Let me read my emails. Let me check my tweets. Let me check my text messages. Let me reach back out to the Packers organization to see what's going on. And let me see what's happening here. And then he did all of those things. And he was like, doesn't really seem like the Packers want me. And that seems to be the feeling that he had when he was finishing up the season as well. Like, this is going to be it for me.
Yeah.
But something happened, and I don't know if that was truly set in stone, of like, what happened to Rodgers where he was like, I want to come back and continue to play football. Like, what do you think? What is your opinion on, like, you go into the darkness at 90% retirement and you come out, and then after a week you're like, I'm playing football, and not only am I playing football, I'm leaving the Packers. I'm not retiring. I'm going to the New York Jets.
Yeah.
How does that decision get put into motion?
I don't know. I mean, I'd love to. I think maybe it was, what was it, the GM who said, like, he used, like, Aaron Rodgers had a great career. Like, we'd love to bring. Who was it, the president or the GM? Mark, I forget exactly.
I think it was a GM.
The
right?
GM. He came out at a girls' basketball, like, state basketball game.
And God, what a strange thing that is. Hey, I know your daughter's about to play, but why don't you come down here with me?
Come on and talk about Aaron
interview.
Rodgers. He had a great career. Like, we'd love to bring him back and retire as a Packer. Like, they were, like you said, something happened. They were ready to move on. I don't know if they, like, got some nice messages from Jordan Love or other teammate, like their circle of trust, their players, their leaders on the team. I don't know. You would imagine Rodgers would have been a part of that, right? So I have no idea. I
think they were just done.
I'm happy he wants to come to the Jets, though. Yeah, maybe he wants to try something new.
I think he was just done. I think that they had been, because he has gone back multiple times to this Jordan Love signing. And, like, I'm kind of back and forth on that because, look, Aaron, did you not think that they were ever going to draft another quarterback to replace you at some point?
Yeah.
And he sounds super bitter. I know he's got all this love in his heart and it's okay. And I wish Jordan the best. But there was something about that Jordan Love signing where he was like, hey, they were drafting my replacement. They would think that I was going to be gone. And then, I won 2 MVPs.
Yeah.
I won 2 COVID MVPs and I became the man. They couldn't get rid of me because I was doing so well. So that really still rings true in his heart. That is still settling on him where he was like, they gave up on me. Yeah. I was still playing well. I was still in my prime. If you win an MVP, you're still going to be somewhat in your prime. And they gave up on me. They wanted to go with somebody else, but I proved to them that I could still be here. So I think at the end of those 2 years of him being an MVP, and then this year of him, I think, like he said, he wanted to win a Super Bowl, and then he wanted to go out. That was it. He wanted to retire after that. Super Bowl and out. And I think that flame is just still ignited in him where he was just like, look, obviously we had a little bit of a down year. We didn't make the playoffs. The Packers are kind of done with me. They want to see what's going on with Jordan Love. Where am I right now? I still can play this game. I'm still feeling confident in my body to be able to play this game. And all right, so what do? Let me find the best option at me. This is what's so exciting. Let me find the best team that gives me a chance at winning the Super Bowl. Not just, hey, let's throw, caution to the wind and go with anybody who's willing to pick me up.
Yeah.
Let me go out, because he wouldn't go to a team. He's not going to go to, the Texans right now. He's not going to go to
it's like a full
whoever
rebuild.
it is right now.
And
he said, I want to go to the Jets.
Yeah.
I think they have what it takes. And what I love about what he did on the Pat McAfee show is that he didn't want to get in the specifics of why he's going to the Jets. It was about the Packers. It was about saying goodbye. It was his farewell. And I think it was he's a well-spoken guy. Obviously, he knows how to answer questions and handle questions. And he said all the right things. So I'm looking forward to us actually signing him and then actually hearing what he thinks about the Jets and what we're going to do next year.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't care that. And I want to get your take on this, because so many people, if there's any controversy with the Aaron Rodgers signing, it's okay. Yeah, we know we're not signing him for a 6-year contract. All right.
Yeah.
We know it might be 1 year. What do you think about Aaron Rodgers coming in here for 1 year and then doing this same old song and dance like he has the past 2 or 3 years, or saying, I'm done? Are you okay with that?
Yeah. I mean, so I think that was always I thought Aaron Rodgers, phenomenal quarterback, very decorated, probably the most decorated quarterback we would ever have on our team, right? So that's a plus. A Hall of Famer plus. And then you got to think, I think the biggest reason I liked it, and obviously I think the front office is so gung-ho for it, is because you get the feeling they're not done with Zach Wilson yet, right? He's got 3 more possible years, 2 more and a 5th year option on his rookie contract, right? So say Aaron Rodgers does stay for 2 years, maybe they pick up that 5th year option, negotiate something else for him, and then let him go. Or say he comes for 1 year, right? He learned, Zach Wilson learns behind it, or learns under him. And then say we go win the Super Bowl. He's like, all right, I'm out. Then we see what we got with Zach Wilson, or we'd possibly draft a quarterback in 2024 and we trade Zach Wilson. You know what I mean? I don't know. It doesn't seem like the front office is done with him. I don't know how he feels right now after watching all of his so-called boys fawn over Aaron Rodgers, and the team fawn over Aaron Rodgers.
He knows. He knows what's going on.
But you've got to think he's probably pretty psyched that he gets to sit behind the dude he idolized and molded his game out of. Yep. You know what I mean? So, I'm all for it. I don't care if it's 1 year, 2 years. I don't think we're getting him for any more than 2 years. I think it's going to be 1 year or 2 and then done. You know what I mean?
Yep. I think 2 years. I think 2 years is our best case scenario. 1 year is our worst case scenario, and it's all about what we do throughout the season.
Yeah.
I would be happy with look, everybody there. So there's 2 different sides of this. The one side of everybody saying, why are we signing Aaron Rodgers? It's only going to be for 1 year, then he's going to retire. We're going to have to go through this again. Why don't we go after these other guys? We don't have a better option.
Everybody who says Lamar,
Derek Carr wasn't coming here. He was going to be a Saint the whole time. He wasn't coming to the Jets.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson has no idea what he's going to do. He doesn't even have that much interest from teams right now, as far as I see. Teams are just opting out.
Because
they're
teams
I don't want to be a part of this.
Teams don't want to do the Ravens legwork for him, right? Any deal that you bring for Lamar, the Ravens can match and be like, all right, you can just stay here. But
he's had 2 knee injuries.
Yeah.
He's had 2 knee injuries in the last 2 years. Is that a guy that you really want to be able to sit back there in the pocket? What makes him special is being able to move the ball, and he is getting a little bit older. So the Lamar Jackson thing is out. There's no Baker Mayfield. There's no Jimmy G. For all of these people that are upset about Aaron Rodgers coming to the Jets for 1 year, what do you want us to do? We literally went out and got the best option next year.
We don't even have Mike White anymore.
There's no Mike White. He's gone. Just enjoy it.
Yeah,
I know that we don't know how to enjoy things as Jet fans. I get it. Just enjoy the present moment that we have Aaron Rodgers, and we have an unbelievable team right now.
We don't have him yet, but we're getting there.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Gordon, for bringing
it right back. He intends on playing football for the New York.
He intends on playing football with the Jets. That's the best we can get. Brees Hall, Garrett Wilson, DJ Reed, Sauce Gardner, Carl Lawson. Cross our fingers we bring him back. Who was that?
Alan Lazard.
I put my ear up to the mic like the sound comes out of here. Alan Lazard, Corey Davis, you're gone, buddy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he is gone.
So this is literally, if you could draw it up, Zach Wilson is the worst quarterback in the NFL. Does he still have something in the tank? I think that he does. I think the majority of Jets fans are still like, maybe Zach could be something. I think they do. And then there's those people who hate Zach, and I get it.
There's a lot of people that hate Zach.
He's pretty much the reason why we didn't make the playoffs. But that's neither here nor there. I am in a good place, and I'm talking about Aaron Rodgers on the Jets wearing the green and white. Hopefully that happens. Sometimes we wear black. And this is a monumental moment for our franchise. The best move that Woody Johnson has ever been able to put on paper. Woody Johnson, you had nothing to do with this. This was all essentially Nathaniel Hackett. If Nathaniel Hackett is not on the Jets, there's no Aaron Rodgers. And if there's no Joe Douglas, there's no Nathaniel Hackett. Joe Douglas will be the savior of the New York Jets. I just want a playoff push. Make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So everybody who wants Aaron Rodgers, like, oh, we should have gotten this guy that no one else wanted to come here. Derek Carr was toying with us. It wasn't a real thing.
Kirk Cousins. He kirked us.
Yeah, or Matt Stafford. Because there was talks of Kirk Cousins coming back here. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I did. I wouldn't have liked it. And I don't think anybody would have wanted a quarterback who literally filmed a documentary about how he used us to leverage a better deal with another
team.
And
knew he was on camera and was like, oh, the Jets gave me what I wanted, so now I can go here. So that aspect of it, just enjoy the year. And you cross your fingers, just like you said, Gordon, you cross your fingers that maybe Zach has still got something in the tank and he's going to learn. He's going to be able to flourish afterwards. Look at Geno Smith. That dude is doing his thing now. It took 10 years. Maybe Zach needs a few years of just learning and getting comfortable. We all know the thing with Zach is just getting comfortable as a quarterback back there. Just get comfortable. You have all the talents. This will allow him to be comfortable, learn from someone who knows how to do it, learn how to take the ayahuasca, go on your retreats, do your shrooms, do your thing.
That's right.
It's okay. Do I encourage that? No. But if it helps, do it responsibly.
That's right.
And that's where I am. I am just in a place where I'm happy we have a future Hall of Famer. I'm happy for the upcoming year. I'm so excited for it. I'm looking forward to watching Aaron Rodgers hopefully thrive as a New York Jet.
Yeah.
And all of these pieces come together where we're able to win some games and just win more games than you lose. That's all I want to see. I mean, we haven't seen that in so long. Haven't sniffed the playoffs in 13 years. So it's a good day.
It's a good day. It's Aaron Rodgers Wednesday. It's going to go down in infamy.
Yeah. What number do you want him to wear?
Huh?
What number do you want him to wear?
I don't care. Anything but number 1, because I have a Sauce jersey. So anything but
can't get rid of that.
Yeah. If you want it, he can wear 12. I don't care. You know my feelings on Joe Namath. I'm not a big Namath fan. So I think our fan base idolizes him way too much.
He's all we have, Gordon.
Dude, I don't care. I wasn't alive when he won the Super Bowl. All I know now is that we look to this aging bag of bones for all of our answers and questions for what we should do with the New York Jets. Why? Don't need him. Don't need him.
Because that's all we have.
Cool. I get it. It's all
one Super Bowl with one guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it.
We hang our hat and we hang it on a very sturdy post. And that's
We're gonna get another one. We'll see. Eventually, right? We have to at some point.
Broadway Joe, baby, he's hanging on.
I don't know. Look at the Bills.
Now.
You don't have to get there, right?
Broadway Joe is right there. He signed a picture for me. Hey, Danny, I wish you the best, pal. Broadway Joe is over here. He's all over this basement. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't want to see Rodgers wear 12. If that's a deal breaker where he wants to wear 12 and it works out with Joe Namath, then fine. Yeah. I would like to see him. I could see him wearing 14, even though that reminds you of Sam Darnold.
He wore 8 in college.
What was that?
He wore 8 in college.
Yeah, 8. 8 would be good, I think. I mean, Elijah Moore, there have been some talks.
I think Elijah Moore's gone too. I don't know, man.
Do you think he's gone? I hope he's not gone.
If we are seriously considering OBJ, if we are seriously considering getting OBJ, I think Elijah Moore's gone. But I don't know where then we get our slot receiver from. You know what I mean? And again, Moore is more than a slot receiver, but that is where he's best put in this offense and with the current makeup of our wide receiver room. Maybe he just switches numbers. I don't know. Maybe he wants to stick it out now that Aaron Rodgers is here. I'm not sure. I don't know how the team feels or that he's
Well, we still need depth. We still need depth there. We have talent, but we have no depth. Our depth is Denzel Mims, and I am not a Mims fan.
I'm a Mims fan.
I know you are. And I am not a Mims guy. I think that he shows up only when he wants to.
I think Lazard coming is going to be good for Mims. I think they're, two big guys, another guy to learn from.
You hope so. But if
Yeah.
you're looking at obviously Garrett Wilson's your number one, and then you have your Lazard as your number two, still a big-bodied end zone receiver that we have been missing. We thought Corey Davis was going to be that guy, and he said, no, I will not be that guy. I will get hurt. I will drop passes, and I will commit penalties. That's what he did. That's why you're going to be on the Packers next year, Corey Davis, because you're going to be a package deal for all this stuff. So we have Lazard. We have Garrett Wilson. We have Elijah Moore. I still want him to play out of the slot. And then the question becomes, who's your other guy? Is it a Denzel Mims? Is it a Randall Cobb? And we go down that road. Is it an Adam Thielen? That's my pipe dream.
That'd be fun.
Is Garrett Wilson, Lazard, Adam Thielen, and Elijah Moore. I mean, that's got to be a top
crew.
That's a heck of a room. And then you have Breece Hall and Michael Carter and Bam Knight in the back. And that's an unbelievable offense. CJ Uzama, Tyler Conklin coming out of the tight end with Jeremy Ruckert, who still hasn't proven himself. Dude, this could be an explosive offense.
Yeah.
You got Becton coming back. You got Elijah Vera Tucker. We lost Herbie, who
Becton looks very, very good.
He looks good, man. I'm not a Becton fan.
Very, very good.
A little bit of dramatics, a little bit of immaturity.
You're not a bit. I like him. I agree with you. Definitely.
Dude, you've been hurt for 2 years, and the first thing that you tweet is LT left tackle exclamation mark. You need to earn that
question marks. I've got questions, but I'm optimistic that he's going to come back. I mean, he looks the best he has ever, right? Like
he's
since
putting in the work,
college.
man. You have to respect it.
So he's putting in the work. We got Vera Tucker coming back. My question mark, honestly, is center. Like, are we going to run it back with Connor McGovern? Maybe. Now, do I think Aaron Rodgers helps the offensive line? Yes, because Aaron Rodgers is going to call those protections. Aaron Rodgers has seen every defense that the league has right now. So he's going to help call the offensive line calls and things like that. So maybe I can't hear you.
Quick update as we're on the channel. Not Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, okay.
Patriots land James Robinson, agreed to a 2-year deal worth up to $8 million.
They also just got who'd they get? Robinson, they got a wide receiver, and Jacoby Myers didn't like it. Oh, who was it?
Yeah, they took they got what's his face from the Chiefs? Juju Smith-Schuster.
Juju Smith-Schuster. Yeah. Interesting that Robinson went there though. I didn't think Robinson got a fair shot with us.
He did, man. What a weird case that was. We could go on a tangent about that. What a strange thing. We gave up a 6th-round pick for him, man. That's, I mean, every pick is valuable.
Yeah.
Especially with Joey D.
I don't know why. And maybe I would assume that LaFleur just didn't like him, right? Like didn't see how he fit in his offense. And Joe Douglas was like, we just had Breece go down. We needed a backup. This guy is great. He's a nice ground and pound. Like so I don't know, but
it might have been exactly. It was when Breece just went down, and it might have been like, hey team, look, we're not quitting. You know, like just because our best running back went down, we're not going to quit. Look who I'm bringing in. But yeah, that was weird. And then he had been on the team for like 2 weeks, and he came out and he's like, I'm upset about not getting playing time. And it was like, man, this is a strange situation. So yeah, I think it's better that he goes. Breece Hall, Michael Carter, Bam Knight. That's your backfield.
Yeah.
And it looks good. We still have Ty Johnson. Is he free agent?
I don't think he's gone anywhere yet. So I don't know if he is.
He hasn't gone anywhere. I don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah.
So, man, I think that there's a few more holes. We'll make a video next. I think our next video will be talking about the holes that we need to fill.
End of free agency, or like maybe after this first wave, we kind of see who else, if we get anybody else this week. I honestly haven't heard of any other. We've looked at Mercedes Lewis, or we've asked about Mercedes Lewis, but I don't think we need a tight end.
No.
I don't know.
We do not need a tight end.
I honestly wouldn't mind Randall Cobb to fill that Berrios role, and a veteran knows how Rodgers operates, kind of help again, lift up these young receivers that we have. I have an issue, like a lot of people have said, if Randall Cobb is taking catches away from Moore, I guess, you know what I mean? If Moore's still here,
I don't think he will.
Away, but I don't think he will.
He'll be a play and plug guy. He'll be every now and then. He'll get like 10 snaps a game. If that, he'll have 2 catches. Elijah Moore, Garrett Wilson, Allen Lazard, Elijah Moore. Those are your guys. Those are the guys that are going to be able to produce for you.
I agree. They've got to be, right? Like
they got to be.
They're our future. So,
all right, man. Before we continue to ramble on, as excited as we are about Aaron Rodgers, our guy, our new
Wow.
guy, man. Are you getting a
We're watching
jersey?
too much Pat McAfee. Am I going to get an Aaron Rodgers jersey? Maybe, probably. I don't know. Maybe one of the Chinese ones. Yeah, I don't know.
What's the website I use?
I ask you all the
ehgate.com.
time. Yeah.
You can get a jersey for like $25 and it looks close to brand new. Literally close to brand new.
I got my official one. I'm okay with the reps for a while.
I have one official jersey and it's
Yeah.
Garrett Wilson. Thank God I love that
That's all
man.
speaking.
Please don't change
Yeah,
your number.
But now he might change his numbers.
I know. Jesus.
GW5 might be coming in real quick this year.
Yeah.
Now that Mike White's gone.
God, I love Mike White. Another Bleacher Report. Oh, Jets bringing back Solomon Thomas.
Yeah, I did see that. That's going to be good.
I did
Also,
not see that.
D tackle, dude. We've got to again. We'll talk about this at the end of the week.
They're waiting to sign Rodgers to sign Quinnen.
Yeah,
I mean, like we need to get that Rodgers contract. We need to get that money straight before we can bring in Quinnen, and we will. You don't think signing Quincy was a ploy to get Quinnen back in the building? 100%.
Honestly, though, I love Quincy. I think he plays really well.
Yeah, man. Right. He's a shorter guy. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. What do you think compensation is going to be for Rodgers?
As far as picks?
What do you think the package is going to be? Assuming we get just Aaron Rodgers. We're not getting anybody else from you know what I mean? Like,
ooh, so that's okay. Well, that's what makes it tough. Because I was going to say it makes it tough. Who else would we
get from there?
And here's the thing: the Lazard deal is not inked yet.
No, and I forgot.
Is he a part of the Rodgers deal?
I guarantee Lazard's contract is, what's the word I'm looking for? Like hinges on us getting Aaron Rodgers, right?
Contingent upon acquiring Aaron Rodgers. Yeah.
Like I'm signing this deal because he took a pay cut, I think, right? Like it's a fairly modest deal for him.
I think it's fair. Yeah, I mean it's fair. Some people are like, "You overpaid," and I was like,
"I don't think we overpaid at all."
That's what we're paying Corey Davis.
4 years? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and only 2 years are guaranteed. It's $22 million guaranteed. That's nothing.
It's basically a flip flop. Like they're like
they're going to take Corey. They're going to plug and play.
Yeah.
All right. Let's just say we're getting Aaron Rodgers. I don't want to give up 13.
I don't think it's gonna. I think Green Bay wants 13. I don't think it's gonna. I don't think
I'm gonna say 2024 number 2 that becomes a number 1 if we make the AFC Championship game, and then a 2025 third rounder.
You're not even thinking this year, a pick for this year.
Nah. Wow. But I'm on the low end. I know a lot of people that are saying like, hey, it's gonna at least take a number 1.
I don't.
So I have a contingent. So I have a contingent number 1, number 2 if we don't get there, and then a number 3 in the future.
I like that. So I definitely agree that like we're trying to get the deal where it's like if he stays a second year or if we get to the playoffs or the Super Bowl or something like that. I think it's going to take a second rounder this year though. I really do. I think that.
Yeah. I think that might be what the holdup is.
Yeah. I think they want 13. I don't think we're going to give it to them.
JD don't want to budge. That might be what it is. Like literally they're like, we want 13. And JD's like, we're not giving it. And everyone's just sitting there staring at each other like, okay, what do we do? Because you don't want Aaron Rodgers anymore, and we're begging for him. And now Aaron Rodgers wants to come here. So we're just like Rodgers said, they're just trying to agree on what the compensation is.
I think Davis goes to Green Bay too. I think we see Corey Davis. That's why it's probably why we haven't released him yet, right? Like,
yeah,
we've signed his replacement.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Been released yet? He's probably going in that trade, I would imagine.
I'm looking up Twitter and Bleacher Report real quick to make sure we didn't miss anything before we jump off. No, man.
Also, the thing I love about that interview today, dude, like he like defended and backed Saleh and Woody Johnson in that, and then he doubled down towards the end. I forget exactly what he said, but he was like, "Yeah, they're great guys. Like I'm excited. You know, they seem really nice and like." And then he's like, I intend on playing for the New York Jets. And it just sends shares down.
He said on that. And here's the thing. Here's why I'm like, I'm really not worried about him changing his mind is because he really does take his word very seriously.
Yeah.
You know, like he's like, if I say something, I'm going to do it. And that's been his whole thing up until this point. If you hear something from me, then that is my word, and that's what I'm going to do. And he came out to the whole public and said, I am done with the Packers, and I want to be a New York Jet next year.
Yeah.
It's just wild to think that that's even a possibility.
A lot of people are saying that Green Bay has all the leverage. A lot of people are saying that we have the leverage.
Like, oh, they're going to make us sweat because they don't have to trade him until they get what they want. Well, man,
who else?
If there's anything I know about Joe Douglas is that he makes some deals, man, and he can coerce some people into getting them to do.
Fleecing them.
Yeah. So we'll see.
All right. We'll see you next week. We'll be back. Yeah. Hopefully we make some more signings, pick up some more peeps. We'll see. I don't know. Do something.
Poke the bear. Do something. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. This has been our first video in a while, and we're going to start to get the ball rolling here.
There we go.
Get the train moving. What other analogies? Get the nothing.
I got nothing.
All right.
Usually I'm good on them. I got nothing today.
I had 2 there. I know. Your analogy, man. I was setting you up. I was giving you a fastball. Missed it. Swing and a miss. So we're gonna see.
I'm not good. I'm terrible at baseball.
Oh, that was a bad analogy for me.